Yo, what's popping, y'all? Hope y'all having an amazing day, because I know I'm having a great one. Alright, so today we're here to talk about the top 10 point guards in the NBA. I'm going to list some honorable mentions first, so I don't leave some people out. So let's go ahead and get into that. So John Wall, he's one of them. Of course, I think he should be a top 10 point guard, and I think he still will be, but he hasn't played in 2 years. I can't put him on the list. I just can't. I mean, he had Achilles injury. We don't know how he's going to be. All right, John Morant, he was fucking amazing this year. He was balling out, but he was also a rookie, and they didn't even make the playoffs, and I don't know. Just as good as some other point guards are, I just can't have him on there. All right, next, Trae Young. Now, this guy's a monster. This guy is a fucking monster. He averaged 30 points and 9 assists. And even though they didn't win too many games, he himself just dominated. And I think he's the third best long-range shooter. I'm talking about like 30-plus feet out after Curry and Damian. He is such a great three-point shooter. Oh, my God. It's fun to watch him. I think he's going to be a top 5 point guard once he gets his prime. Easily, no doubt. All right, and the last honorable mention, y'all probably going to think I'm a little crazy for, but that boy Kemba Walker didn't make the list. He's an honorable mention. I think he's always been great. You know, this year he averaged 20 points, 5 assists in the regular season. Not too bad. It's pretty good. In the playoffs, he was a little disappointing. And, you know, he's a pretty good playmaker, not the best in the world. And I just feel like he should be more assertive sometimes. I don't know. It's kind of a hard case for Kemba Walker because he's always been, you know, he hasn't had the best field goal percentage, but he's a pretty damn good three-point shooter. And he never really averages like that high in points. The only time he's ever averaged over 25 was last year. Other than that, it's like, you know, low 20s. And I don't know. I do fuck with Kemba Walker. I like him. He's a great shot creator. A pretty good playmaker, a good team player, but I can't put him any higher than just an honorable mention. I'm sorry. But with that said, number 10, I got Jamal Murray. He broke out as a star in this playoffs. And although his regular season stats weren't that amazing, I don't give a fuck about that. He showed he was that man. He was taking those shots, those on that man shots, and he was making them. And he led them to come back from 2-3-1 deficits, and they got a game on the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. They're going to win a championship someday, and this guy is going to be one of the best point guards in the league. I'm just telling y'all, watch out. Next year, Jamal Murray's popping off. All right? He's popping off. All right, number 9, I got Ben Simmons. A lot of y'all may have him higher, but I don't. He might be one of the best defending point guards. He's extremely athletic, fast. He has no offensive skill whatsoever in terms of scoring. He can't shoot, not even the mid-ranger, especially not a 3. I'm not really impressed by how he scores. He just does a lot. He has like a more limited driving skill set than Giannis, and on top of that, he can't shoot at all. And I don't know, it's like he uses the same exact moves to score every time, and he only averages 16 points. He might have 8 assists, 8 rebounds, but he uses no variety in it. And when the playoffs come around, he didn't play this year, but you know, normally, or when the game gets tight, I've seen over and over and over teams game plan. They can just stop Ben Simmons. Like he's good, but he's just not on that level yet where he can just take over. And I feel like he hurts his team not being able to shoot. And until he can shoot, I can't really put him too much higher because I feel like as a point guard, you just have to be able to shoot, man. That's just me though. All right, Kyrie Irving, I got him at number 8. This guy, he's one of the best shot creators of all time. And sometimes I will think he's way better than I have him ranked right now. And other times I think he's worse than what I have him ranked. He's just kind of inconsistent from year to year, in my opinion. But he's still one of the best offensive players I've ever seen. And he only played 20 games this year. And his time on the Celtics wasn't that great. But he definitely could go higher on this list, especially if him and KD you know, come together and they're amazing top 2 or 3 seed and they make the conference finals or finals. Yeah, I definitely have him higher then. But I think him and KD are going to be an amazing duo. I'm excited to watch them next year. All right. Number 7, I got that man Kyle Lowry, NBA champion now. for over a year at this point. And damn, I used to hate on Kyle Lowry, not gonna lie, but over the years he's shown me he's got way better as an offensive player. And his assists, he averaged 7.5 now. He's a way better playmaker. He gets 5 rebounds a game for being 6 foot. That's really damn good, actually. And on top of him just being good at everything on offense, like he's good at everything on offense. He's one of the best point guard defenders in the league, and he's, in my opinion, the best person at drawing charges, period, no matter what position. And that brings a lot of value to the team. He just helps his team win, and he was a really great, if you want to call him 2 or 3 options on that team, it don't matter. He was a big part of that championship team in 2019. All right, number 6. We got that man Russell Westbrook. He receives a lot of fucking hate, and he doesn't deserve it all. He deserves some of it, but did you know he shot a career-high 47% this year, and he averaged 27, 8, and 7? Yeah, he might not have, because the media wants you to believe he's just terrible, but he was pretty damn good this year. And I was actually pretty impressed. Now, I was really disappointed in the second round where he was running around acting like he didn't know what the hell he was doing sometimes. And he just looked like he didn't even know what he wanted his offensive game to be. But, man, sometimes when I watch Westbrook, I feel like he could be one of the best players ever. And then other times, I just like, what is this man doing? But in the overall scheme of things, he is an amazing player. If anybody could just go out there and average triple-double, they would. If anybody could just put up the numbers he does, they would. They can't. He's an amazing player. And, damn, I want to see him win a championship. But, I don't know, man. It's starting to look a little more bleak. But I still don't think he deserves the hate he gets. He might not have had team success as much. But he's had more team success than Lillard. You know? He's had more team success than a lot of these other players that y'all try to say, is better than him. And I don't know. I don't think you should underrate him, but he definitely isn't a top 3 like he used to be, back in like 2015 or whatever. All right. Now, number 5, we had that man, Chris Paul. He was fucking amazing this year. He was amazing in the clutch. He averaged like the most points in the fourth quarter in clutch time, which means like within 5 in the last 5 minutes. And the Thunder came back from down in the fourth quarter so many times this year, and he was a huge part in almost all those games. He only averaged about 17.5 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, but that doesn't bring out the full picture. Like, you can just look at him, even if you never watched him before, in 5 minutes of watching him play basketball, you can just tell his basketball IQ is on another level. He does not play around, man. Like, he always is edging the favor of the game in your team's way, whether it's getting a steal, knocking a loose ball off the other team, playing to the refs, getting the call, hitting a clutch shot. He's always doing something. I think he is one of the best point guards of all time. And I love watching him. He's been one of my favorite players ever. All right, then we got that boy Luka Doncic. Now, some other young players didn't make it, but this guy did, because this guy he's different. He's different. He averaged 29, 9, and 9. But even the stats don't tell just how, like, when you watch him, it's just crazy the things he does. He just pulls off shit you would never think a second-year player would do. Honestly, he's pulled off some stuff I've never seen anybody do. I mean, he hits step backs at the ease James Harden does. He can, he's not even fast at all, but he can just bully his way around people and slither his way through the defense and get to the rim. And honestly, I watched more Mavericks games than any team this year. Like, just because of Luka. If he wasn't playing, I was not watching. But Luka Doncic, I wanted to see him every single night. And oh man, he's gonna be a top 3 player one day. He might even be. He's probably gonna win MVP. I can't see him not winning one. I'm excited for his career, and really, he showed you how good he was by taking the Clippers to 6, and they probably would have won if Kristaps didn't get hurt. It is what it is. Now, Damian Lillard. If you didn't already know how good Damian Lillard was, the bubble should have showed you. He willed his team to get into that play-in spot, and they ended up making the 8th seed. Now, they might only lost in 5, but he went off in the bubble. Like, that 160-point game that they barely won that he had. They pretty much needed to win that to be able to make the playoffs. I mean, he would just not give up. He would, every time they were about to lose that game, he would just hit another crazy shot. And it was like that all bubble, honestly. He was just having game after game after game. They were talking about him nonstop on the sports shows. It was fun to watch, honestly, after all that time of that basketball, just watching Damian dominate everybody by himself. But I love his game, man. He's honestly the only person who's a better shooter, all-around shooter than him is Curry, in my opinion. But Lillard just improves every year, and he's already 30. It's like, can he improve any more? But he just keeps on showing that he's not done getting better. All right, and number 2, I got Stephen Curry. He only played 5 games this year, but I don't give a fuck. He's the best shooter of all time. In my opinion, he will be the best point guard of all time once it's all said and done. And he's accomplished a lot of things. He's changed the whole game of basketball. And you can hate or love Curry, but you gotta admit that he is a fucking legend. And that's all I gotta say about him. Now, number 1. We got LeBron James. Yeah, technically he was a point guard this year, so I gotta list him a point guard. He averaged 25, 8, and 10. Very good stats. But, I wouldn't consider LeBron James, when it's all said and done, I'm not consider LeBron James as a point guard. But he did play point guard this year, so that's why I say he has, that's why I say he's listed as point guard. And of course, he's the best player in the world right now. So if he's the best player in the world, he's the best point guard in the world. Enough said. Anyways, by the way, just to let y'all know again, Jamal Murray will break out next year. He will be on another level. Okay, peace out. If you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe, because we need them. But anyways, peace out. Have a great day, man.